The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're building or buying or selling a home, the Real Estate Crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
First of all, welcome to the Real Estate House Party.
Wait, you didn't even do it right. You're supposed to go,
welcome to the Real Estate House Party. I was
There you
gonna
go.
say, Tony, you're like an
He's out of practice.
You're the funniest man in the world.
Yeah.
But your introductions are there.
That's part of
A
his
little.
stick.
Yeah.
Could you
That's
All right,
part of
that's
his.
part of his shtick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't like to get more excited than the material I'm dealing with.
What are you saying about the material? We got a lot of,
It's-
we got a lot of
I,
stuff today.
I don't know what it is. So
Tony, I
have to
like your
go to it.
sweatshirt.
It's
It
gonna be a
matches
surprise.
your eye. It makes your eyes really
You really
bright.
pop, yeah.
Thank you
Very
very much.
handsome
Thank
today,
you.
Tony.
Thank
You haven't
very
used
much.
that line
I like
before,
that.
huh?
No.
Oh, that's
Wear
know, I-
nicer shirts and maybe you'll hear something like that.
Yeah.
This is my best Nike shirt.
I
But you
dress-
don't have black eyes.
Yeah, no.
Or is
So-
it-
Not,
Well,
not,
not yet.
not as much when the discussion we
Sold
had
me,
earlier.
but-
You talk to
Maybe
Kathy
later.
any longer, it's going to happen.
And too bad they can't see our studio audience.
Oh, it's
Because we have
quite
at
the crowd
Sullivan
today.
and
Yeah.
a dancing dog.
And
No, the dog's sound asleep now. Or was.
Talking about riveting
Sorry-
material
sorry,
for
Murph.
today.
Well, that'd be a nice calling card for this show.
Yeah.
If you want your pets to go to sleep,
Yeah.
listen to the Real Estate House Party.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put them right out.
Should we introduce Kimberly
Yes.
Hackett?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this on the end here? I think that's me.
She was going to introduce herself. Never mind, guys.
She's very shy, so
Yeah.
hopefully she
No,
opens up
I
for
know
the
how
show.
to get the job done, so I know how to do an introduction.
You
so,
certainly do.
yeah.
You
But
certainly
then you take it away.
Yeah.
No, you're not taking it away. We can do that. KLH Staging.
Yeah.
And this is Kimberly Hackett. And we loved her. We
I
had
love
her.
staging.
I know. Well, I thought you loved her too.
I love her too.
All right, we had her
I like
on-
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And she's agreed to come to our Beauport
Nice.
class June 16th.
Are you gonna
Continuing
talk?
education. Yeah, I'll have something to say.
I
for
bet
sure.
you will.
Yeah,
But the
we should
best
have
part
Tony
is
there, too.
afterwards.
What,
Yes.
what am I doing on the 16th?
We're giving you a lot of notice. June 16th, we're having a little get-together for our brokers, a continuing
nice.
ed class.
Yeah.
At Beauport
Where's that?
in Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Oh, I know that.
Pretty up there,
Yeah,
huh?
it's nice.
Tony's done a few of our classes.
Yeah.
Him and Artie.
Yeah.
He walked
yeah.
through during half
Sure.
of it with a
Oh,
broom.
Why
You
don't
wake
we
the
do
crowd
it?
up after you've spoken.
Why don't we do, you know, real estate is so riveting.
It's
No, some parts of it are riveting.
It is very exhilarating,
Yeah.
especially with the the rate going up 0.5%.
Well, especially
Wow.
when you
Yeah.
get two
He's
closings.
informed.
showing
He's
off right
informed,
now.
Yeah,
Especially
he's
when you
paying
get
attention.
you have two morning closings today.
Yeah.
After the 3-day weekend.
Sure.
And you don't
Oh, it
have
bunches up.
anything that you need.
Kimberly, I think Kathy wanted to do this whole show by herself because she gave me an 11 o'clock closing, and we're supposed to be here at 12.
And a 12 o'clock closing.
And the
How
people
long's
are going to be here
the closing take?
45 minutes late. Today, it took about 6 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
but
can-
they were very good
You
about
can breeze too.
No,
sign,
she-
sign
she
here.
was
and
horrified.
she'll-
I'm like,
That's a tough schedule to keep. That's,
Right,
that's
I
right.
called her. I go,
Right.
I don't have your closing package, but I'll call you in an hour.
Right.
She's like, well, do you think it'll close today? I go, yeah, probably.
You got this.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got it.
Sure.
We
Before
pulled it off.
Before we talk real estate, I got to
Yeah.
wish a happy birthday to Ryan Carter.
Oh, when's that?
We
Happy
had
birthday.
We had a nice little birthday. We had, how many people would do this? We had the, the Japanese hibachi guys. with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
knives.
What's the
We
knives?
brought them to the beach.
Yeah, he was awesome. I wasn't there. I wasn't
Sandy
invited.
Hibachi. That's
Sandy
that's
Hibachi.
quite a combination. I don't know if I would have thought of that myself.
Have you ever seen that at all?
I'm not
And the
sure.
guy with the
I have.
knives and
It's
all that.
exactly like if you pull into like Bisateki or any of those
Yeah.
is it Japanese steakhouse?
Yeah.
And you know how you sit all the way around.
Yeah.
He just had one, right? I
Yeah.
just saw it on Instagram.
Okay. You
I
saw the
dated
video
her
evidence.
back in the 70s.
So
Who?
when you
That's Sandy
tasted it,
Hibachi.
was it Sandy?
No.
Okay. That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to
And
hear.
I learned a good
Successful.
Japanese proverb:
What is it?
Do tell.
"More sake, more happy."
I think I
Oh,
can translate that.
That's all he was saying. I got to thank.
Wasaki
We do have
Mohabe.
to thank my son-in-law Mike Flint for putting it together. He
Nice.
put it together, but we weren't sure if the guy was going to show up. So he
The
said,
hibachi guy? You thought he might have
The
no-show?
hibachi might have been a no-show.
Oh, they're flighty, those people.
Oh,
He's like, pay me when I get there. So
Yeah.
are
Oh,
you
that's what
coming?
he
Yeah,
did?
that's scary.
That was it.
It's
No-
even
no
worse
credit
when you
cards.
pay
No
him.
down deposit or anything?
No,
just-
exactly. I said,
but I think it's worse if he doesn't. If you
pay.
do pay and he doesn't show up.
Of course,
so,
of course.
So we were worried about that.
we're worried about him not showing
They
up.
have an ego, those people, because they can flip a shrimp like nobody.
Well,
They
wouldn't
really
you
can.
have an ego then,
Yeah,
too?
if I could-
And
like that.
and
And
they
have
have
it-
a good aim with the sake
Yes,
squirt.
right in the-
right
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They get it done.
That-
You
Yeah.
say those people. Is that politically correct now?
No, it's not.
I was talking
Absolutely.
about hibachi
She said,
cooks.
yeah,
It had
hibachi
nothing
chefs
to
in
do with-
general.
Yeah, it didn't
All
have
of the hibachi
anything to
chefs that
do
are out
with
there, yeah.
ethnicity.
All right. No,
It
no,
had
I didn't.
everything
I didn't
to
want to
do
throw. I
with
just want to make
hibachi.
sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Chefs.
So Mike Flynn said, if it turns out good, I'm the one who orchestrated it. He
Okay.
was on. If it turned out badly, where the people didn't
Yeah.
show up, it was all my idea.
Yep.
The idea worked out great.
He
thanks
took
to Mike.
he took a page from my book.
That's a good way to party plan, though.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah,
You need
exactly.
to have a scapegoat. That's,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly,
really the best.
exactly.
Well,
The best way to
Rick's
do it.
always the scapegoat.
I know. So I don't have fear of being a scapegoat.
No.
That's why it's that's why I'm here doing the show.
So
All right.
I could take a closing from start to finish, and when things start to go awry at the very end, I'm like,
It's
"You're
my
gonna
fault.
have to call so and so and tell
my
them."
fault.
And
It's
he's
my
like,
fault.
"No," I say we, and he goes, "I know what that means."
Sure.
I'm literally the closer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, let's talk stats.
Sure.
This will be the last time we talk stats, but it'll be a nice segue for Kimberly.
right.
All right. 2021, an estimated 6.12 million properties were bought and sold in the U.S.
How many?
6.12 million.
Million.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of property.
Is that a lot?
Is it?
That's
I
not
think
the key thing.
Right.
So you can ignore that.
6.12 million, I think, is just a lot in
I mean,
general.
no, it's a big number.
It's a
but
big number.
There's something like 800
Whatever
million
it's
people.
representing, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
right.
So
It's
that's
just a
all.
big
All
number.
No, you're
That's
right.
all
You
I
guys are
wanna know.
right. I didn't have to give the number. I should have just said there was a lot.
Million.
Because it
Right.
doesn't matter.
Tons.
That stat doesn't
It's a lot.
matter. Okay.
So get off the stat.
It's like
There was a lot of houses sold.
Have you ever driven like for 20 minutes and seen nothing but corn?
No.
And you go, I have.
In
Yes,
Nebraska?
we know
in
that, yeah.
Nebraska, with a, in the
Did you ever
middle.
I
feel
wanted
you
to
wanted
never
the
be
middle
there.
of the
Did you ever want to drive through the cornfields?
Sometimes. But my point is, you drive for that long and you go, I don't know if this is a lot of corn or a little corn. Because I don't
You
know
lose
anything about
perspective.
corn.
Yeah,
Did you
Right.
get a little
Wow.
crazy after that?
Hey,
They say
yeah.
people paint just white walls all day long. Start to lose it after a while. All they see is white, 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 white.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
well,
you start to
sometimes
lose
when you're
it?
driving in the
I
highway,
lost it years ago.
the same
It's-
route,
Yeah, it starts
you're
to
like,
kind of
someone
a
goes, "Where
mirage
are
in
you?" I
front
go,
of you.
I don't even know where I am.
Yeah. Listen, without the lines.
Why were
the
you in
ma-
Nebraska anyway?
I was driving my son across country.
Okay.
And
Okay.
without the lines of
that
the
on the
maps,
way?
you can't really tell where you are.
Right.
There's no.
That's what I was going to say.
You know, there's every
Right.
once in a while you see a sign, you go, okay, you're somewhere else.
We're on our
Right,
way.
So you
Right.
picture Tony driving across the country with a big map.
No,
the
my
whole time.
favorite. I know we're going way off, but my favorite story is the bus when you drove the bus in what movie was that?
House sitter.
Tell Kimberly about the house sitter. All right, I'll give this. I'll
You'll
line
set
it
it
up.
up.
You drive home.
I sure
He's
do.
driving now.
So
I was driving.
I'm sorry to go off, but this is
As-
a good story.
as
I was an actor.
an actor, and you always
Yeah.
want to take every role you can.
Sure.
They came along to him and said, "Have you ever driven a bus before?"
Sure, why not?
Kimberly, what's the answer?
Oh, wait, yes.
Always yes. Always.
I was like, no, you said that.
Yeah, I'm sure in your business too. It's
But
always
then what else
yes.
did you do?
Yeah.
You-
There's a first time for
Yeah,
everything.
right.
you
He
know?
reached in his back pocket like he was going
I-
to pull out his bus license.
said-
As if there's a special one for that.
I said to the director, "You want to see my license?"
and they said, no.
Oh, you doubled down then, huh?
He doubled down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you.
But then
doubled
tell
down.
them what happened.
And then I got to the set, and there was a 40-foot long bus
Remember
that I had
So I
never
want to know,
driven.
you don't have a buddy at the MBTA. You could have said, hey, get me behind the wheel of this thing. I
No.
got roll call.
No.
These were the Peter
You need
Pan.
more friends.
These were the
Oh.
Peter Pan, the big ones. But the bus driver was there, and
You know
he says,
Goldie Hawn?
and
She was on the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He almost killed her.
Oh, no.
It's her last movie she ever did.
And here's the thing: the bus driver says to me, it's just like a car driving a car.
Yeah,
except,
perfect.
Except you got 40 feet behind you. And I go,
Sure.
all right.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah. So 10 minutes later, I was driving the bus.
Yeah, but didn't you smash it up or something?
No. I
Those are
didn't smash it up.
motorcycles. Those are
I-
Is it
motorcycles.
on like
Yeah.
the street or
Yeah.
a parking lot?
Oh, those are the
No.
motorcycles.
I mean, it was on the street and it was locked up, but I almost destroyed about $500,000 worth of cameras. Well, I came very close.
But you're proud of that.
Very,
Very proud of that.
That I didn't. Yeah.
So
sure.
we keep telling Tony V stories, but I'm going to tell you that story, and then he can jump in.
I already know the motorcycles.
Rescue Me.
Yep.
Him and Kenny Rogerson.
Kenny Rogerson and Kevin Knox. We get hired to be.
And listen, I'm going to stop you because Kenny Rogerson doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle.
No, he does.
Oh, no.
He
did.
does?
You see
Oh,
the
yeah.
one? You see
He
the one
did.
we got
Enough.
for him?
Yeah. He does now. Let me say this.
Could I tell that story?
Yeah,
Let me tell that story.
Get to the
You have
staging
5
for the
minutes,
love
and
of
then
I
we're
God.
told
doing
one
the staging.
stat, so we have enough real estate for the day. All right.
The interest rates just went up while we were talking again.
I mean, I think we've said what needed to be said.
Yeah.
Right.
Kimberly, I'm
a
with
wrap.
you on this
It's
one.
time for stories.
Everyone
You
feel
need-
good
if you're
about
gonna
today's
say-
show?
Yeah.
If you're going to sell your house, have it staged, call Kimberly.
End of story. Let's
There
go
you
back
go.
to this.
She's really good at it.
All right, I'm going to tell one Kenny Rogers
She
story.
staged
with
my
a-
hair this morning.
I wish she would have staged my hair.
All right,
You
you
need a
want
hairstyle.
to put a pin in those stories for another time? Is that what
Yeah,
you're thinking?
we've been over them. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm a genius. Let's leave it at that. I'm a genius.
Okay, Tony.
All right, here's the stat. They've sold a lot of houses.
Yes.
Okay.
6.12 million.
22% of them, staging has been involved.
I
What?
believe that.
22%.
We got to get that number up.
We got to get
Kimberly.
that number, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Why we have Kimberly here.
Yeah,
a lot
don't
of
be-
people are leaving money
Yeah.
on the table
Yeah.
Yes.
without
So,
Kimberly
yeah.
involved. Am I right?
I think
'Cause
so. Or
sta-
just staging in general. Yeah.
Right, because statistically,
No, with you.
said-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she's the only
Yeah,
stager.
she's
Just
the
me.
best.
Just me.
She's the
Yeah.
only stager in
So can
United
I ask
States.
a question of Kimberly?
Yes, you can.
So, what? Like, I know that there are ranges, like
Sure.
in your staging process. Like, give me like your low end and like something
cost-wise?
and your the
Yeah.
price, because I want to make a comparison between what you're paying out
and what
and
you're
what you're going to
reaping.
get back.
So if your
The
house
ROI.
is if your house is completely empty, or say starting with the studio apartment starts at around 1,500. Say you're going to stage a few bedrooms, living room, dining room, you could get up to 3,500, 5,000 even. But these are homes that are selling for $1 million.
Right.
And when you think about that price point and how little money that is compared to if you have two people that want to buy this house, someone's easily going to put that extra
Right.
thousands of
So
dollars on.
statistically, a house will sell quicker and for more money if it's staged.
Yes.
Right?
Are there any
Yes.
numbers in terms of how much more staging will a range of how much it will get you?
Like
It
the more
depends on the
staging you do.
property.
Statistic on that?
And it definitely depends on the location
Yeah.
in the United States as
Right.
well. I mean, city locations and on the coast, staging is a lot more prevalent than I would say. It's
because they want all the beach
Right.
furniture
yeah,
and
and then in just in general, real estate's hotter, in the cities than in the Midwest, I would say.
And you rent the stuff or use the people's existing stuff?
So my business specifically owns a lot of furniture. We have 10,000 square feet of warehouse space.
That's a
which
lot
is
of square feet.
awesome.
A
that's
lot
a-
of stuff.
that-
lot
see,
of
now
so
stuff.
you have a
that's a
lot of
lot.
pit-
That
you,
number
you
you can
know.
handle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
That
that
number-
context,
okay.
that's a
All
lot.
right.
But
You're
that
fine
must
with
be
that
so
number.
fun. Do you get to go shopping
is.
at like Home Sense,
it
like on
literally
the weekends?
feels-
And
my warehouse feels like a Home Sense. I have a few aisles with racks, and so we have like 4
Could
or 5
we
aisles.
live in your warehouse?
I know.
You could, almost certainly could. And
Because
it's,
Tony
it's-
might sell his house.
we've
He
got
might need a place to go.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. And I've got about 100 sofas for you to choose from. You can set yourself up a
Wow.
little
You're
living
like Barry
room.
and Elliot.
Have
That'd
you
be
ever
great.
have you ever brought in a stunt family?
That's a great idea to sell a house.
Yeah.
Don't even get him started.
real
Yeah.
Don't
built-in
even get him
effect.
started.
That real
She
built-in
already said
effect.
it's a good idea.
know.
Why do you
Yeah.
poo-poo my
Who
idea?
would play
because
you?
then
Who
we
would
go
you have?
into crazy.
On your house, who would you have?
silliness.
Who would play me?
Yeah,
If the stunt me?
Tony.
No. Well, no, I wouldn't play myself. That's
What are you being silly?
silly.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, yes, spitting image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. I can
You
see
nailed
that.
it.
Yeah.
But
Matter
from
of fact, when Tony was coming up earlier, she said, "Is that
said Vincent?
Vincent?
yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio. But
she's
from,
gonna give you a run for your
but
money.
from the Magnificent Seven.
yes,
Yeah.
specifically. Yes.
Specifically
I
the
like that
That's
version.
exactly
I
what
like
she's-
that version.
Yeah.
She says, "Is that Vincent from the Magnificent Seven walking up here right
of
now?"
course,
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
thinks
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So what if I didn't want your furniture, and you would say to me, "I'll help you stage what you have. Like take this off, like
Yeah, so
move this."
we do specifically walkthrough reports, which are really helpful for people that live in their house. Essentially, we'll go room by room. We'll put together a report for you that's typed up. There's 2 parts on the report for each room. It says what to get rid of and what to pack away, and then what to keep out for staging or to purchase for staging or to rent for staging. It sort of gives you the option to, if you only need a few things, maybe you go and get them yourself. A lot of people have the things they need. They're just in their closets and they're not out and about. You know, your white towels, your fresh bedding,
So you do
that
stuff
kind of thing.
that's already furniture free and full of furniture.
Yeah.
One of the, but you like to do the ones obviously with no furniture in
My,
there.
my favorite is obviously an empty pallet where we get to, design a place from scratch in our warehouse. Like I said, we have enough space where we can literally map out a living room, set it all
your
up,
home
figure
report,
it out.
Home report goes in with the people who have all the furniture.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we were talking about this at our pre-show meeting that only you and I were there for.
Yeah, sorry.
I was busy
Attendance
working.
was light.
I know it was a little light today. Good thing we had Murphy and Ed Sullivan here. But we were talking about one of the biggest problems that I see with any sellers. I do a little questionnaire at the end. What's the problem you're having? And they all say, pretty much everyone says, not enough time to move out. I did not plan accordingly.
Yeah, the second
You
you know you're selling
underestimate,
your
yeah.
house, you got to start packing that stuff up. Every cabinet, every drawer, every closet is just, if you live in your home, is just full of stuff. And you don't even realize what you have.
Exactly.
Until you go through your attics, your basements, and you're like,
Well, then they
what
forget
is
about the
this?
basement till morning of closing or the
And
night
then they've
before,
got
and they
stuff in there.
panic.
And,
You know, if they
gotta
would
just start-
legalize bonfires, that would be a lot
Yeah,
easier.
let's just burn our
Yeah,
trash.
just go right up to an empty field and just start burning shit.
I think that's what my friend Darlene McLaughlin did.
Yeah.
All right,
She's
don't
just
mention
dragging.
Don't mention her
She
full
doesn't
name.
care.
There's still statute of limitations on this. So.
She doesn't care. She's dragging out
Darlene-
all her furniture.
Darlene M.
If I was
Yeah.
going to stage a house specifically to sell to a man,
Yep.
I would have a hot tub in one room,
Yep.
a bowling
Right.
alley, and a bar,
And a cig-
that would be
and
it.
a cigar
And
room.
a cigar lounge, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, and then you're done.
Then you're done.
Then
you're done. But that is true. So do you stage according to their personality? But not really. You're going to
No.
stage to.
Yeah, we look at the zip code, what
Right.
town is this, who's going to be the next person in the house
Right.
likely, so I honestly don't care what the seller's opinion is
Exactly.
of any of it. It's really about who's
Because
the
I see
next person
sellers come
coming
back
in.
and say after the stage, they go, "Oh, I would never live
I
here."
would never use that chair. Well,
That's
I
the-
don't
that's
care.
the point.
Like, that's
Right,
the point.
right.
The next person's coming in here.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
And your furniture that's been in here for 30 years is a little
Exactly.
dated. So we're gonna swap it out for some.
So
some
it's
current
almost
stuff.
like they should be living at a hotel, I would imagine.
A lot of people go
Or a
away. A lot of
trailer.
people go on vacation.
No, but the
you
look
know?
you want is.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Clean,
well,
yeah,
clean,
clean,
crisp.
yeah.
You don't want your pictures up there, I would imagine.
Your personal stuff.
Can
goes
I ask
away.
another question? Like, what if you walk into a house that you have been hired to stage, and
Yeah.
you look around and you're like, every room needs to be painted. Like,
That one of the best pieces of advice I can give a family that's been living in their house for many years before they put it on the market is just have somebody take everything off the walls, have someone come in and just fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
It
And
just
then
makes,
you come
it
in.
updates the space. That off yellow weird color you had from 30 years ago.
Right.
It
'Cause
needs
that's
an
gotta be
update.
the biggest
It's-
return on investment.
It is. Painting is great, and it shows that you take care of the house, and it gives it a fresh palette.
yeah,
for the
and
next
it
people.
lights up the
It lightens
the
up
room.
rooms.
Yeah.
If you have a little bit of lighting issue or anything you have darker furniture, it brightens the space. Right up.
So that's one of the first things.
Yeah, painting
They
the
also
house,
say
yeah.
staging outside as well, right?
Especially this time of year.
Landscaping.
Well, we talk about it all the time. Like, someone when
Curb
drives
appeal.
up to the curb, they've already made a decision whether they like the
Yeah,
house.
I mean, the front of
in
the house
what the first 10
matters.
seconds, right? The front of the house.
Yeah,
All right. If you haven't used your stuff in 6 months, you might want to toss it, right?
I totally agree.
Wait a minute, what stuff?
Stuff in your
Anything.
house. If you're not using it,
Like we said, when people start packing and they're like, I got all this stuff, you
right,
gotta go through it more often.
because you don't want full packed closets. I would
No,
imagine,
no,
right?
no.
There's all a lot of
wanna
psychology.
See, you want to see how much can fit in the closet, so it doesn't have to be empty, but you don't want it to be jam-packed.
I even heard this. You got to have white hangers.
Well, no, but if they match, it's certainly nice.
I didn't say it's true. I just make
you
these
know.
are false
that.
facts I
Oh,
throw out.
now we need white
To see
hangers.
if we're paying attention.
Just see if anyone's paying
Yeah,
attention to
yeah.
this. But that's what I had heard. You almost throw out, have white hangers.
Hangers are one of those things I've never bought. Have you
They
ever
just
bought-
show up at your
yeah.
house.
It's like,
No, the dry cleaning.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just get them.
Yeah.
They're so cheap, though. I always
yeah.
buy
Do you?
hangers. Yeah.
I've never bought.
I've
I've
never-
also never bought a hammer, and I have 6 of them.
Oh.
I don't know how.
I never bought a hanger
Well, I'm
since I
missing
saw
some
Mo-
hammers, so I think I know.
I can hook you right up there.
He
Kat.
might have your scissors,
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
think so. I think
Yeah.
so.
And those tins that fruitcake come in.
You never bought one of those.
Never bought one of those. Got a ton
Of course
them.
you didn't.
No, got a ton of
Those
them.
are definitely gifted.
Yeah.
I think they've
Who
always
I don't know
been
where they come
regifted.
from.
Yeah, who
That's
does
all I'm
that?
saying. They grow. or
Have
something.
you ever had fruitcake?
I try not to.
Right.
Yeah.
I think how it works is the last ingredient of fruitcake is aluminum.
Yeah.
And then
It just envelops
bakes.
itself
Yeah,
around
it bakes
and
around
it
it.
comes
Yeah,
out with the
that's-
tin.
That's just what I think. I don't know.
It's possible.
So this is Staging Tips by Kimberly and Tony B.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think staging is good. People shy away from it, but they shouldn't.
Well,
Right.
plus you're up on all the latest trends,
Yeah.
and you can do it like you know what rugs are appealing, and
Yeah.
even like drapery. Like I don't really like curtains per se if you have nice blinds, but you like get rid of those curtains.
Yeah, that
and-
dark stuff's got to go. We don't want
So you
blackout
got a
curtains hanging.
little interior designer in you too,
Of
right?
course
for
she
sure,
does.
for
yeah.
sure. It's all sort of hand in hand.
Little
a
psychology
you know?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd
Oh,
like
yeah.
to see you with when the spouses don't agree.
Oh, that actually happens more often. You
Really?
know what's the best part of a staging appointment is that the spouse usually has a room or a section of the house where we're going to ask the stager what she thinks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think this, you think that, and we're
yeah.
going to get her opinion, and one of it's right, and one of us is wrong. There's always a
And,
spot in the
and
house
both
where
of them have
there's-
talked to you beforehand. Pave the way.
Yeah, let's see, and so that you get to the spot in the house where they're trying to. Does this piece of artwork need to come down? Yes or no? And they're looking at each other. I'm about to be the referee in
Oh,
this
yeah.
in this
You're
showdown.
You're going to be
I'm
the
about
reason
to-
for a divorce.
Sure.
I am. It happens almost every appointment where the husband and the wife are present.
Ever watch
They've had some
Ever
sort
watch
of,
Ozark?
This is
and it
why
goes both ways. You know,
Right.
I told you she said to take that down, or I said, it's not bad. That print's okay. And she,
But-
see, I told you. She said be fine.
However,
The Ozark. You ever see that show?
I
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
a working knowledge
yeah.
of it. Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the husband and wife
Yep.
both were seeing the counselor.
Yep.
Both bribing the counselor to
Yep.
rat the other one out.
It's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
This is why you need stunt families.
well, you know what I like the best is when there's a husband and a wife selling a
Ed
property
Sullivan agrees with
or
you.
buying a property, that one of them is the go-to. Do you know what I mean? When
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
the point
tag
of
teamed-
contact.
Yes.
Yeah, the point of
when you get
contact.
tag teamed by the husband, well, now we have to check with my wife, and then
Yeah.
you get sucked into this email
Yeah.
chain.
Can someone just make a decision,
Yeah,
please?
let me know,
Do you
guys.
both live there? Yeah.
Right. I always like when there's one person that's kind of
Yeah.
at the helm.
Yeah,
of,
just taking care of
I had
business.
a
I don't
close-
care who it
I had a
is,
closing
just-
6
Me
months
neither.
ago. The wife didn't want to sell. They're at the closing table.
It's a little complicated.
Yep. Should have discussed
That's
this.
a
little
Maybe
little
we should have
too
talked
late, isn't
about
it?
this before today.
That's
Should
a
have talked
timing
about
issue
this.
is what that is.
That's
yeah.
All right, I'll throw out some of my notes here. You need to clean and organize your home, obviously.
Definitely.
Declutter as much as possible. In general, you might want to get rid of about 50% of your possessions.
Yeah, depending on how much stuff you
Yeah.
have, sure. I
Well,
like
if
that
you're
number.
moving, you might as
I
well
always
get all
say
new sheets.
Everything
and new
must
towels.
go eventually, anyways, right?
Right.
So if you don't want to take it with you, trash it. If it's not
Right.
furniture, that's
Depersonalize
coming
as much as
with
you don't
know.
want. Welcome.
Take all the-
welcome to the
um,
V residence or
Take down all the pictures of your family
the
and
baby
stuff.
pics,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the graduation photos.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, why is that? I mean, I know
The
about
reason
it,
why
but
is
why?
because it's a distraction. You
It's
know,
a
somebody walks
distraction.
into the house. You know, if you lived in a neighborhood for your entire, very long time, and then other people in the neighborhood are coming in, oh, look at little Susie's baby
Right.
picture. You know, she's next to someone. It can just be distraction for people. You want them to look at your house, not
as
to
if, as if
think
they,
about the family who
as
lived
if they
there.
owned the house,
Exactly.
not that you.
Exactly. You
And
don't want them-
I also heard that you should take down religious
yeah, for
stuff.
sure. Yep, definitely. Just to keep it.
So Kathy would have to take down all of her cult fixtures
Yes,
that she
yes,
has
she would
all
want to do
throughout.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
The bondage
All right.
and S&M
The
stuff
bondage.
would
Yeah.
also have
Yeah.
to go
Oh,
away.
don't
We
show
wanna
them that
keep it
extra room you
PC.
have around
I
the house.
better take down that swing.
Yep.
What if you had a
Unless the husband's on the cusp, you need to drive the point home.
Yeah.
What if you had a Screen Actors Guild Award?
You can leave that.
You can leave that up?
because then it's like someone famous lived here.
Okay.
Yes. Out of the reach of the children, though.
Yeah, but who would ever get one of those?
I don't know
I mean, do
anyone.
you know
Nobody
anyone
here.
who would
No,
have one
no,
of
on
those?
this
Well,
panel.
there's a paper one floating around here
Somewhere.
somewhere.
It's rained on those. So
I was just a for instance.
Tony
Ask-
won
A
what
one.
if? A what if?
Tony won
Asking
the-
for a
won this
friend?
year
Yeah.
for being in the movie Coda.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it was a mangled piece of paper that I was
know.
offended by
It's the
that.
funny. It's the best. That's the best story ever.
Yeah.
My prestigious award came in something that looked like
Sprinkled.
it had been run over by the truck.
that delivered
And the,
it.
second,
delivered.
and the second best one is your check from your residual from
Your
one of your
royalties,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Point 0.16.
Yeah, I just got a check.
New payout.
I
Yeah.
just got a check from the best ones are from overseas, the foreign runs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a check, and it listed about 30 things, from Germany, Spain,
Yeah.
Italy, all over, for $3.68.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That can't even buy you a
Net.
cup of coffee.
Not even a
Net.
Starbucks. Yeah.
No, net.
So what's that?
So that's why I keep watching the Heat over and over and
Thank
over
you
again. I was
very
on
much.
hoping.
Thank you.
Get the ratings
Thank
up.
you.
Get
Yeah,
the
I was really hoping you get more than
Yeah.
$3.38.
Yeah.
So is
No,
that where
that's
Don
fine.
Gavin gets the line? Well, I do have the money. All right, here's some others. Let's see. Newspapers and mail should be removed.
Yep.
I think that goes along with you don't want it
decluttering and
personally.
stuff, yeah.
Decluttering, you don't want personalization. You don't want that IRS letter sitting around.
Yeah, the demand letters. Because that tips
But
it
who
that
would
you
ever get
need
that
to sell.
either?
You know, the bill from Terminex, put
Yeah.
that
Right,
away.
yeah,
No
right,
one wants to see that.
Or the rodent
Yeah, exactly.
extermination.
No, that's
Yeah.
another one. Keep mouse
Put it on the
traps
DL,
out.
Yeah.
Anything you want to have anything that looks like delayed maintenance out of the house on the oil burners. You know how they. I've had some brokers look at that. Ed Sullivan's shaking, nodding
Yeah,
in
like
approval.
last time it was checked was
2012.
2017.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're not taking care of the furnace. They're
Right.
probably not taking care of
The rest of the
it.
house.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. Neutral colors, paint. Yep. Play up the season, but not the holiday season.
Right.
Right. So.
There's a way to do the holiday season very tastefully.
Yeah, like if it's Christmas, you can have greenery,
lights,
the pines,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
things that are pretty neutral.
But
to the
don't put
season.
the
But don't
blow up
go
Santa Claus out
crazy.
front
Yeah,
and
Here she is with the blow up dolls again.
can't get out of her head.
Seems like a theme here today. Now that Sullivan's paying attention to the show,
Hey.
all of a sudden the studio audience.
I really wish you
Everyone
wouldn't
got
judge me
rip-perky.
today.
So when do they usually show? They usually show up with you, and are just a mess, or do they have some sort of plan in mind?
It depends on the agent. Some agents will.
So the agent
prep-
calls you and says, "I need some help with this one."
Yeah, and sometimes
You
an
ever get a
agent will prep a
hoarder?
client a little.
My family loves watching the hoarder shows.
I love hoarders.
No, only because they're that's
Right.
it's a whole nother game.
Right.
That's not a
game.
that's not a
Yeah,
stager
that's like
issue.
another.
That's a whole another realm.
That's the junk man's job.
Right,
That's-
right.
And a psychologist.
Right.
Plus,
Right.
if they're smart enough to call a stager, they're not going to be hoarding at that point.
Yeah,
Right.
most people aren't. I mean, I've seen some homes in some pretty interesting situations that had a lot of work to do, but not necessarily hoarding.
Right.
Can we take a 10-second? I'm a little worried. The producer of the show just walked out. Anything anyone said? Anyone?
No.
Anyone? Ed
Might have
Sullivan?
Murph,
Could've been the
do you have it under
blow-up
control?
It might have been the blow-up dolls.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know what.
That'll
right.
get some people.
All right.
Maybe she
Some
just
people
had to
a
go
little-
to Cannes. Leave her
her
alone.
Also
alone.
possible.
So
What else you got in the
no,
on that
no.
list?
So I love that. We'll have a show on hoarders one day. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
there's some people. I mean, people just have so much in their
I
house.
know.
Well, there's some
stuff they
parts
love.
of hoarding is like just plain trash.
Yes.
Tupperware. They love the Tupperware. That's the room right here. I don't know what's that.
I hate
Hello.
Tupperware.
Yeah. Well, there were some people, if it comes in a container that seals, whatever it is,
Yeah,
they'll
they-
keep
they
it. The
keep
butter container, the
Oh,
the deli
God.
meat that comes with a top, they
Yeah.
can buy at Market Basket.
All right, here's one. Once staged, have a professional photographer take pictures of the property, but keep the pictures true to the actual look of the property.
Absolutely.
We've run into that where we have a buyer say, "Ugh, I bought the place. It doesn't look anything like the pictures look like."
we had a buyer that was upset at the walkthrough, and
Yeah.
Rick's like, "What are you upset about?" And he goes, "It doesn't look like the pictures." It was the first time it was closing day. He had never seen
Yeah.
the property, and the pictures were so distorted that
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
actually shocked. But who
He's
buys
an idiot.
Well, that's not. I mean, he should probably walk his house before he buys it.
That's
I mean,
exactly
I
what I
understand
said.
that sometimes
So-
we're not local to the
It's a
home,
little
but-
bit late for
I
you
go
to.
back
You
to my
might wanna
original
do a
statement.
walkthrough.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
If you're buying a house and you don't go see it,
I second that.
Yeah,
I
you-
don't.
you.
You can't fix stupid.
yeah,
Sometimes.
no, that right. Well,
All right, here's,
tough luck, Charlie.
Yeah. Mhm.
all right, my friends love my house, so buyers will too. In other words, they don't want to put anything into it. They think, I think in their mind, it looks a lot better than it really does.
Well, that's part of your emotion, as
Yes,
opposed
you have to
to
kind
your
of
coming
separate
in.
yourself
Yes.
from.
Right.
You could be so used to seeing your home set up a certain
And
way,
you can't see,
and that way
yeah.
could be wrong.
Right,
It
right,
could just be
right,
really wrong.
right.
And someone could come in and say, well, for staging, I would never walk into the back of a sofa. I would move your sofa over to this wall here.
Right.
But that's not where I put my
Right.
sofa. Well,
Right.
I don't care where you put your sofa. I'm
Right.
telling
You just hired me for my expertise.
telling you where it should go.
Right.
Right,
Right.
right.
Well, no one wants to hear that they've been living wrong for 37
No.
years.
If I had $1 for every time,
Right.
I wish I'd set it up like this whole time, at the end of staging.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they just don't have a concept. So buyers, this is a little tricky because you might have different type of buyers.
Yeah.
You try to cater to that buyer coming into it, but how do you do that? I guess just keeping everything as neutral as possible.
Well, you try to keep things neutral, but also the style of furniture matters too. If you're in the suburbs, you're going to go a little more traditional.
Yeah.
If you're doing in the city, things are going to be a little funkier, a little more hip. But it's also nice to kind of mix a little both in some areas too. You could have an older property in the city that calls for some fun pieces, but a little bit of traditional, charm
And what it
as
does
well.
is it gives the buyer an idea of
How do I live
what,
here,
what they can do.
Exactly. The potential of how to really dress this place up. Nobody lives like a staged home, let's be honest.
No, no.
Nobody's house
Well,
looks like
what
that.
happens when
but
someone
we pretend
says
like
that?
it does, but we pretend
What do
like
they
it does.
when they say that to you? How can we live in this staged home? You must get a little resistance on that.
For the most part, I think people are so enthralled with the idea of living without clutter and stuff that
Right.
they can.
They stay on it.
Yeah, they can understand that the fact that it's a home with the furniture without any things.
Right.
Nobody
Right.
lives here. Everything is.
All right,
you
so
know.
if we all had to
Except
give,
Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Except for our fake family.
he does have another fake family.
Yeah.
In Europe.
Yeah.
But we'll talk. That's another story.
Yeah.
We got a lot of segues to other
my
shows
goodness.
coming up. So
Yeah.
I guess we got to wrap this up.
Why?
Really? No.
It goes by fast.
We have
by
10
fa-
more minutes if we want.
We put the dog to sleep, so I guess it's time to.
Don't you have a couple more fun facts?
I have a lot of fun facts, but
I'm sure you're full of them.
I have a lot of fun real estate facts. So,
Yeah.
But
In all this paperwork,
and all that paperwork,
you don't have anything more for Kimberly.
I have a lot more for Kimberly.
So
but
a couple more
we
statements.
We might have to have her come back.
Okay.
It's all possible.
Do you know they changed? Here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, we won't. We're going to save that
If
one.
this ends, I have to go back to work.
We're gonna
So I was
save
wondering if I could
Me too.
hang out,
Well,
hang
Well,
out
we're not
here for a
necessarily
while.
done because I'm going to ask Kim for like 3, 4, 5 of her best tips for someone
That you can tell us
Mm-hmm.
without ruining
for
your
a
business.
seller who may or may not want to stage. I have a few, but go ahead. You
Okay,
fire away.
tips for them that to
Yeah.
want to stage or what they should do if they're getting ready for staging.
Just in general, some broker
getting
comes
ready
up
to
to you
sell your
say,
house.
"Yeah,
Yeah, you know
exactly.
what,
What should
what
I
should
do?
I do?
Should I stage or should I not stage?" In
Well,
a
she's
I
bus-
would
gonna
say
say yes.
at the very least, I would say if you live in your home, at the very least, have someone come out for a consultation to just give you some direction on what to pack up, so you can focus. It's so hard to focus when you know that a lot of stuff's got to go. Where do I start?
and they should do this very early in the process.
as soon as you know you want to sell
Can
your
I
house,
ask you a question?
get somebody out there. Yeah.
What do they do with the boxes that they're packing up?
A lot of people have storage or a pod,
So
probably
I
worth
think
it.
the
or
pod.
a garage.
It's worth it.
All right, so the
Every home's
garage is
different.
okay.
Everyone's
Right.
But I
space
think
is
the
different.
pod takes away from.
Oh, you definitely want that gone before listing. That
Yes,
needs to be
right.
on another,
Yes,
at another
yes,
destination.
yes.
Yeah, but it's so handy for the packing process to have somewhere for it to be because when you put it in a box by putting it in the garage, eventually it's then going to have to get moved again.
I guess that
Just
would-
move it the one time into the pod. So
I guess that would defeat the purpose of having a stage when you got 4 pods out front.
Yeah,
Well, right. I
you
just think
definitely
the,
want it gone.
the
Unless they're
pod
good
is
looking
a
pod.
doesn't.
But it
I
has
don't
to have
like-
a place
Good-looking
to
pod.
go. You
Right.
know?
Maybe you could spruce up the pod.
Maybe
or
you
something.
could go live in the pod.
Maybe you
Yeah.
could live in the
Yeah.
pod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
I think they have rules against that. But,
I saw
You don't tell them, Kimberly. Don't be foolish.
I saw a land yurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was on like a
If
it
you
was
have a
on
big enough backyard, perhaps that's where you could stay during the open house.
a
if
yurt.
they're out.
It was
I'm
actually
all
pretty
for-
cool.
I'm all for yurt living.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
It was on a brewery.
Yeah.
Like a brewery ground.
Very cool.
It's
Tony-
even better now.
I go, who the hell's gonna live in a yurt or come rent a yurt on a brewery?
People who
land.
like beer.
People that like to drink.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Alcoholics,
There's
Yeah.
nothing
I
else
can think
here.
of a few.
So you can just roll downhill to home.
Exactly. Sounds like a short commute
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Tony tells his family all the time we're selling. You guys got to move out for a little bit.
Yeah.
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 That's his favorite.
Yeah.
Thinking about they're gonna go live in a yurt
I like it.
on
like
Riviera Beach, right?
No, on the Harbor Islands. Don't be.
Oh, I'm
foolish.
sorry.
Okay.
I was just picturing you out at Riviera Beach.
Yeah.
That's always been in my head.
No, it'd be Nahant if I have to.
Okay.
Because, I have the old man lifetime pass to Nahan.
Right. So you
$10
can use the bathrooms.
I can park forever.
Do you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he
Yeah.
jumps in the water.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
good
go all
for
the
you.
time. Yeah.
On January 1st, right?
Yeah. That's in the harbor. I jump in the harbor.
Oh, I thought it was Nahan.
No.
Okay.
That's
different.
L Street.
Yeah,
So-
L Street Brownies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, we got through one of your tips.
We're
This is
getting
what
there.
happened.
Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, it's an easy to get on a tangent. It's hard when you're trying to get your house.
No,
ready
yeah,
for sale,
we
you know? There's a
usually
lot
stay
of-
right on.
That's
I
that's
can
why I started this
imagine.
10 minutes
I can
before
imagine.
the end of our show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
pretty much get done early.
All right, so you want a list of what to do, and
Yep.
on that list is probably going to tell you to define your rooms. You know, if you have a kid's art corner in your dining room, that needs to not be in
Yeah.
your dining room. Is your
Yeah.
dining room? You know,
Right.
your living room is your living room. Sometimes we have some spaces that are a little bit flex, but it's best to define each room as it should be without having it be too multifunctional.
Can I
Right.
ask you one question about that? In
Yeah.
COVID, home offices were
Yeah.
huge.
So you find places to put them, but they need to make sense.
Okay.
You know,
Because a lot of people were selling all of a sudden
Yeah.
that little bedroom turned into a home,
Which is fine.
home office.
Which is fine if you do it. You just got to make sure it doesn't feel too cluttered. You know.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
But it is important to find a place to shove that home office somewhere. You know.
Right.
You want to find that
Yep,
spot for
yep,
that. Yeah.
yep, exactly. All right.
Yep. And then lastly, I do think it's very helpful to just literally not be there during the
That's a good
staging
point.
and open house
without a
weekend. Just
doubt.
you
Yeah.
need to find a friend.
I don't
stay
know
for
any
a
real
long
estate
weekend.
agent that would let you stay there.
No,
A lot of
you'd
people
be surprised.
stay are home and they
I
just
know.
leave for a couple of hours, and that sounds. And then you're trying to get your
And they come
morning
back
mess from that day out of the
just
way.
here to
before
see if you have any
listing.
questions
Yeah,
for
no,
me.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
They say
come-
take the animals and go.
Set your house up on Thursday. Come back on Monday.
Oh,
after
that's
Right.
everything,
that's
you
where
know,
little
that way-
Johnny we measured his height as we're going through. I can't believe we have to sell this now.
Exactly. They can reflect on that when
You're
they're at the
making me
camp.
weep.
Yeah, right.
I think we learned a lot today. What do you think?
I
It's
did.
been educational for
Are
me.
you going to come back?
I think so.
We didn't
Yeah.
scare you
Yeah,
too much?
no,
I'm only going
not
to come
at all.
back to buy the cigars,
all.
but that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Thank you very much, Kimberly.
Thanks
Hackett.
for
Yeah,
having
it was
me.
nice
good
to see you
guys.
again.
Yeah,
KLH
yeah.
Staging.
Yeah.
Do you want to give out your phone number in case they want to get a hold of you?
Yes.
Make
my
sure
phone
it's
number-
real.
Yes, it is real. 603-568-3404. It's a New Hampshire number, born
Yep.
and bred, but I am based out of Massachusetts. And you can email me at kimberly@klhhomestaging.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think we had learned a lot today.
Yeah.
I did.
So,
Thanks for joining
I'm a
us here
better
at the-
person.
yeah. Agreed.
At the
We'll
Wood-
see you
It's
in
hard to
June,
do,
June
I'm
That's
all
right.
16th.
We'll see you a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Continuing education. Yeah.
And stay for the fun after.
Am I
Yes,
coming
of
for
course.
that?
Yeah.
Would love to have you.
When is
Yeah.
that?
It's
June
in a couple
16th.
weeks.
All
Well
right.
put.
It's a Thursday.
Gotta remind
You
me.
got to talk for 15 minutes
Yeah.
about the real estate, you know.
Sure.
You know, it's
you
a
can
class.
interview me.
We're
Yeah.
not, we're
You
not
can
up
just-
there just joking around, you know.
Oh, I am.
You could just talk about, prime rate and all that stuff
That's
that
right.
you know.
The
Going
stuff
up-
you know.
They're
yeah.
gonna go up 0.5% for the next 2 meetings.
The
Okay.
glasses make the difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
I think he
intelligent.
looks good, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us, Mr. Good-looking Tony V.
This is the smart me.
Oh, wait a minute. This is a smart man.
Yeah.
Kimberly Hackett,
It
thank
may-
you very much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Good to
joining
see
us
you.
at Real Estate House Party. Thank you for all our studio audience. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate all our sponsors coming in today. Thanks again.
And Murph, wake up, Murph.
Happy birthday, Ryan Carter.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.